Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Welcome back to feralart, or welcome to feralart. How you doing? Okay. This evening we're going to be doing another mask project. And yeah, we're going to be doing this one with white instead of black. So let's just get ourselves together and get going. Okay, so for our pillow slash base coat, we have Amsterdam titanium white, and for our colors we have pearl blue, pearl green, pearl yellow, pearl red, and pearl violet. Okay, same basic setup as last time. We've got our mask. It is taped to the top of a paint bottle. Oh, and my name is Kelly. And if you're new here, I hope you'll enjoy yourself enough to hang out and hit the subscribe button and the bell. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is just put down our pillow slash base. This is, all these paints are mixed with my usual gel gloss medium, which the recipe is down in my description box. All right, and we're going to start on the forehead again. That seemed to have worked last time pretty well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Am I right? Of course I am. So first thing that goes down is our pearl blue, then pearl green, then pearl yellow, pearl red, and pearl violet. Then we have our titanium white cell activator. Our world's tiniest leaf blower. Now we're going to change into our smaller little blower thingy to blow out the crevices. I'm going to turn this back around. I think this time we're going to go right here on the lower lip. Cell activator. Interesting. Now we're going to go into the divot. knows? And cell activator. Okay. Whew. Just gonna clean the bottom here. If you think for 1 minute this won't work your nerves, think again, because it will work your last nerve. Okay, just saying. So I'm gonna move this over onto the drying table and we'll have a look. Okay, you can definitely see where the cell activator is working. Down here. On the nose. On the forehead. Forehead's always the easiest because it has a bigger surface area. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we get with the flash. Okay, I can see colors in there, but boy, they are faint. Of course, I kind of expected that because pearls work better on dark colors, right? All right. So, you know, we'll see when it's dry. You know, there's a pretty big difference. Looking at it last time, there was a pretty big difference between wet and dry. So there we go. I don't know. Interesting, don't you think? There we go. All right, I'll see you in a while. Okay, I remember some time ago, I said, hey, do any of y'all want to see a video about how to tighten up your canvases reliably? And if I recall correctly, some of y'all said yes. So this is just the canvas that I'm going to be using for this painting. It is taped and pinned on the back. Just a little 10 by 10. I have not painted the sides or edges because this is going to be white and I feel like that's silly, so I'm not going to do it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Today I don't. So this one's not real loose, but it's fairly loose. So what I'm going to do now, I always have people tell me spray it and rub it around. Well, every time I sprayed it and rubbed it around, my corners all did this weird squiggly bunchy thing. Pissed me off. So here's what I do now. Take the lid off of your spray bottle and just pour it in there. Don't worry about getting too much. You're not going to. You know how I know? Because I've done this a few times. Now, just swish it around in there good. Make sure you get everything. And when you lay it down to dry, you're going to lay it on a piece of clean plastic. This is just a piece of plastic that held stencil. Some stencil from somewhere sometime. I'm gonna make sure and get this all nice and soaked. And when I'm done soaking it, I'm gonna wipe my hand on my butt. And then I'm just gonna see how much is left in there. There's quite a bit. So I'm gonna take this over to my trash can and just tip it out. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. there's going to be a bit left in there, and that's fine. It's going to be on your tape. That's also fine. Everything's fine. Now you're just going to leave this laying face down to dry. Now in this basement, that is going to take a while. However, here's what I did last time, and it worked real well. I came down the next morning and got it. It was still damp. I took it outside and laid it on a clean glass top table and let it dry there, and it did fine. So that's what we're going to do this time. But for right now, I'm just going to let it lay here on this clean plastic and just let it dry. And that's it. I will show it to you when we get back. Well, hello friends. Welcome back to the madness. Okay, so today we're working on the next step of this lovely craziness, this painting with the mask. Now first I want to show you, I did tighten up this canvas. This is the same one that I showed you before, and now it is tight like drum. So I did just what I told you I was going to do. I took it outside and left it sit out in the heat for a couple of days, and bazinga, she tight. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to pour this pillow-esque thing. We're going to torch this a little, see what's what. I have a thought. I'm not going to do this one with stripes like we did the other one, mostly because this is a very subtle color thing going on here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pour my colors here. Same order. Blue, green, yellow, red, violet. Okay, that was the blue. Now, instead of blowing this immediately, I'm going to do another puddle right next door. That's why I kind of put that violet out there, so they'll overlap nicely. Good. Now, got my big ass blower here. This is gonna be a little odd. I don't really know what I'm doing, you guys, but we're fixing to find out. So, I'll put my little Blowout cell activator, which is, as usual, I think it's 2.5 parts Australian Floetrol and 1 part Amsterdam titanium white. So we're just gonna blow it. Now we'll put another little dot right here. Now I'm going to get my straw. Which, look, for once I actually have one right here. And we're just going to break some of these surface tension areas. Now, mind you, I would not torch house paint, but this is not house paint, as I said. So, I'm not worried about that. All right, I do believe we're all gathered up. This has been sitting here for a couple of minutes, I guess. I'm just gonna move it a little. Give it a slow spin. Let's check. That's pretty good. Now we have to decide, guys, where to place the mask. I'm thinking right here. And the reason I'm thinking that, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but there's just more dynamic over there. Let's get this over onto the drying table. I'm going to clean off these edges a little bit, and I'll meet you over there. Okay. Wet results. Very, very subtle, which I knew it would be because they're pearls. They're on white with a white CA. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's kind of boring. Well, you know, I don't think so. And I'll show you why in a second. But this, to me, screams pearl. You put it on a colored background, on a dark background, and you get a whole different idea. But look at the lacing on this sucker. We got it going on, huh? What do you think? Pretty neat. Pretty interesting. Very subtle, right? Right. So, let's go look for some stuff. Now, we all know that colors are a little elusive. Now, if you really look, you can see that's the green, I think, that's showing itself right there. Right? We know that when these are wet, remember what the wet results of the mask look like, and really remember what the wet results of the dark mask look like, right? Like, ugh. You can see some color in here. There's some of the yellow, I think. Yellow, green, that might be blue, I'm not sure. But now you can really see the yellow in here. They are just It's like looking at an actual pearl, you guys. You know how they're just so iridescent and like subtly so. But you can see some color in there. I'm really having to watch where my hands are here, or else we're going to have a mess. But they are hard to see, especially now when they're wet. I don't know what it's going to look like dry. It might be just as hard or harder than. Probably will be. I think that might be the red and violet in there. I'm on a pretty severe tilt here. There's some color in there and around there, you can see. But this to me is pearl, like an actual pearl that you yoink out of an oyster. Okay. Oops, I did just dip a finger. Whoopsies. Darn it. It's so hard to get close enough to see and not dip yourself in it. I didn't dip myself very hard, I don't think. Anyway. So, yeah, there we are. There we go. That's where I dipped myself right there. So, now I have to place this mask. Now, I do think I could place it over here. But that's actually kind of a pretty area. I can see some color in there. I know you probably can't, but I can. I can see some color over there. Yeah, maybe I will put it over here. I think I will. Now I just have to see if I can hold this and show you at the same time. Okay. So here's our mask dry. So you can see some glowy stuff in there. Pretty cool. Very subtle. All right, so let's see if I can. Oh, rats. I'll get this off of here. Okay, good. We're dry. It's been sitting here a couple of days, so. This is easier said than done, you guys. I need a tripod over here and I don't have one. I'm not moving that one. So let's just see if I can. Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I just wiggled all over the place. Might be all right. There we go. All right. So the other one was on the other side. I'm sorry, let me turn this light off again. Okay, the other mask was over on this side. Doing things one-handed, not recommended. Very difficult. Hopefully it didn't screw everything up. But we're gonna let this dry and we'll be back. Okay, here are the dried results of my Amsterdam Pearl Colors on White project. It is pretty cool. Might have to tilt it around for you to see, but you can see the colors. I think it's kind of neat myself. You can see them easier on the mask because of the curves and it catches the light. But you can see it on the painting too. If I pick it up, there we go. Nice. So pretty. Very pearlescent. Not much on that corner. That's why I put the mask down there, was because this corner was a little bit negative spacey. But boy, oh boy, that is just pretty, I think. So what do you think? Shall we do a little compare and contrast? It really is quite a difference, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? Same colors, different color background. This one is just so subtle, so pretty, that when I varnish it, it's really gonna pop. And this one is just more in your face. I like them both. I think it's an exciting and fun thing to do just to play with your pearl colors. So what do you think? Oh yeah, and hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. And hit the bell so you'll know when I'm making new content. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. All the Yubi-Tubi things. And hey, thanks so much for being here. And I'll see you next time.